Yeah. Let's see how late we start today. Need to get some today. That'd be a good game. Good match. There we go. Here we go. I'm not sure who I would rather see in the next round. If we can play at home, either one. With the strong, I mean, both teams appear to have a strong lineup, so it should be a good game. Cool. I be feeling awkward sometimes when they say a moment of silence, and it's like, are you not allowed to move? So as long as we start off strong, uh, don't make any stupid mistakes. I like our odds here. let's start off strong, man. I mean, we can't play how we played this past weekend. I thought we didn't really take advantage of there being a 17-year-old in goal, but it is what it is. Uh, Play direct, be brave, and let's see what we can make something shake right here. All right, let's get it, man. Kickoff. Let's go. Damn, early corner. All right. Uh, okay. I thought it was just the watch ESPN, but I also thought I saw from the Charlotte FC Instagram page that they were streaming it from the Charlotte FC website. Um, Let me see if I can pull it up on the website. Yeah, I think you can watch it on the website, and that's exactly how you don't start. That's literally how you. What is this, man? What? It ain't been 2 minutes and we're already down 1-0. That's actually shambolic. Yeah, if you go to the Charlotte FC webpage, you can watch the game live there. I thought no, I should watch it live on ESPN Plus. Yeah, I don't know. I guess it's just ESPN Plus then. That's kind of whack. Yeah, that's kind of whack. So here we are chasing the game. Uh, that's actually shambolic. Um, just clear the ball, man. I don't like why do we always give up these super cheap goals? I feel like on the other hand, we have to work hard for all of our goals. Yet we just seem to gift wrap other teams easy goals. So now we're chasing the game. Uh, Jeez, that's that's very. I don't want to call it embarrassing, but come on, man. Nah, it was a cheap goal given away. They had a corner, kicked the ball in, and all we had to do was clear the ball. It was like we just were being lackadaisical, and they got to the ball first, and it was a very, very cheap goal to give away right after kickoff. That's yeah, yeah. That's bad, and knew that might be a possibility because of how we played like kind of lackadaisical this past weekend, and against a more cohesive team. Uh, so whatever it is, what it is. Now we gotta do it the hard way. Um, so hopefully we can make something shake. That was bad though. Jeez. It's on ESPN Plus. I thought they were going to be streaming it on the website, but if you go to the website, they just kind of redirect you to ESPN Plus, which kind of sucks. Jeez, who looks so slow? Oh, that's the wrong pass to make. It at least appears we're trying to get the goal back fast. So I mean that's good, I suppose. The goal was still so stupid to give up. Like just so stupid, so stupid. Jeez. Oof. Let's trying to make something happen forward here. I definitely like how Bender's playing a little bit more centrally, and they are breaking on the counter again. They are stretching us so fast, giving the ball away. What is going on right now? What? I just knew with a stronger squad selection we would be a little bit more composed, but it doesn't seem to be the case. Jeez. Jeez, what's going on right now? So they are definitely pressing up very high. Oh wow, Shiki. Okay, there it is. Equalizer. 1-1. Del Rio set up from Andre Shinyashiki. That's how you get the goal back right there. That's exactly how you get the goal back. Cheap goal given away, and we get the goal back. That's what I'm talking about. Definitely set up from the great distribution from Kalina up to Shinyashiki, who lays it off to Rios, who gets it back on his strong foot. Oh, that's nasty by Shinyashiki. That's nasty. Uh, a little bit of luck from Daniel Rios there, getting the slight deflection, but I'll take it. 1-1, and game is back on. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. I still think we're getting a little bit stretched. I wouldn't be surprised if this is like a 5 or 6 goal match just because of how the first 9 minutes have gone. 8 minutes, 9 minutes. Um, that was nasty from Shinyashiki though. Is that a okay? No penalty. Yeah, that's like again. I feel like we have to work so hard for our goals, and we give away goals to the other team. But I mean, we're pressing forward. Um, Definitely good to see Rios get another goal. Um, that was kind of a reckless challenge from Kurujo, but yeah, he didn't get him. He's really that's simulation because he didn't touch him and he went to the ground. So, but whatever. Definitely like the impact she and Shiki has had on the squad so far, man. I mean, the distribution from Kalina to set that up. Um, that's that's how you do it. Very direct. I still think we have some stuff to work on defensively, but I mean, offensively, I think we're there, man. Like, I think we got the quality to try and really make a run. If we could pick up some hardware in the first season, that'd be pretty insane. So if you're just tuning in, it is 1-1. We gave away a very cheap goal in the first minute, basically off a corner, and we just equalized a couple minutes ago from Daniel Rios, set up by Shingy Shiki. Um, Definitely some good play, but now I think we still have to get settled. Uh, Red Bulls are definitely pushing up, pressing high. So just got to play smart. If we can play through the press, I mean, as the first goal, again, we're playing through the press. We just got to capitalize now. Definitely just got to capitalize. That's a foul. Okay, I'll take it. That's kind of whatever. This is a great opportunity to try and make something happen. I think if we can take control and have them chasing the game, I think that'll definitely do us a favor just because of how stretched they've been to start the game off. I mean, we've been pretty stretched too, but we're playing through the press, so if we can open them up just a little bit more, I think that could be really beneficial to us. Corner, not bad. A very up and down first 12 minutes or so. Oh, just a throw in. I like the aggressiveness though, man. Like I said, we're showing we can beat their press, and a couple times, I mean, we've had the ability to make something happen. Just gotta pick the better pass in the final third. Yeah, they're pressing up really high. I think this is gonna be a 4 or 5 goal match because both teams are kind of open. I do want to see Bender be a little bit more on the ball though. And Red Bulls push forward again with the shot. Very entertaining first quarter of an hour. think we shouldn't be giving players that much space to take shots on goal, but whatever. Yeah, they're definitely applying some pressure. Which it's not necessarily a bad thing. We've shown we can play through it, and the times we've had a pretty good opportunity to make something happen, but we just turned the ball over there. That's my fear, that our passing is a little bit too sloppy to do that. That's a foul. I will say, Uzviak has been very quiet. Um, I think it appears a strategy is to play. It appears our strategy is to play down the left hand side. Um, Everything appears to be going through Bender and Shinyashiki. Haven't heard much from Uzviak. Um, so I assume that's just a tactic for today, this match. Which it seems to be working. The distribution from Kalina playing the ball over top seems to be doing is working for us. That's a cheap foul. What you doing, man? Swiderski didn't even make the bench. I think he's with Poland, if I recall. Rio scored the first one. Also, nice link up play between him and Shinyashiki. So I'll say this: if we can take care of the ball and handle the press how we've kind of been handling it, I think we'll be fine. I think we get in trouble when we make sloppy passes out the back. Um, we've been burned by that several times this season already. Just bad passes from the back and resulting in goals, which again I think we give away easy goals, and then we have to work really, really hard for our goals. What you doing, man? That looks like the other scores. Looks like two of those may go to extra time. 0-0-1-1. I think if I had to choose between New England next round or New York City, if we can finally get our own draw, I would almost rather play New England again. Um, just because of how we handled them when we did play them at home. but I also would just take a home match because for some reason we seem to be allergic to getting home draws in this cup. So Elvis, you can watch the game on ESPN Plus. I thought they were going to be showing the game on the Charlotte FC website, but they just redirect you to ESPN Plus, which is kind of whack. So that's how I'm watching the game, just on ESPN Plus. Oh, what are you doing? What a save from Kalina. Oh, Crudo got to it. Boy, Mora got turned and put in a blender and just got shrugged off. Jeez. That's good defending from Kuruho. I mean, geez, Moore, what are you doing, bro? You gotta be stronger than that. You just can't be getting ran off like that. It's crazy. It's actually crazy, but whatever. So we're just gonna play over the top. It looks like, um, with a distribution from Kalina, which I mean that's how we got our first goal. Playing through the press has been hit and miss. Passing has been sloppy to play through. Oh, what are you doing, bro? That's such a cheap. Barnacle, what are you doing, man? Didn't even need to do that. Oh my god. That's what I'm saying. You gotta be smart, man. I guess, man. I mean, it's not really in a dangerous position, but with the right whip, that's easily dealt with. That's still a dumb foul to give away. I mean, like, what are you doing? Wow, that's a great save from Kalina. It's a great save. That is a great save. So we're finally playing down the right hand side just a little bit. I don't think Yuzviak has had any touches this game, honestly. I don't think he's had any touches. Everything is just down the right or over the top. So definitely the past 10 minutes have been much slower than the first 10 where we had those two goals, one for each side. That was a good play from Alcivar. make a good play and then make a sloppy pass is just making the hard stuff look easy and making the easy stuff hard. Oof. I mean, they're. I'll say this about New York. They're very direct, and they are attacking more. They're just going right at them. What are you doing? Somebody step up. Wow, I was almost two to them. That's what I'm saying. I feel like to the 50-50 balls, we just like be like, that's got to be a foul. They've like the 50-50 balls are very like, I'll get to it when I get to it. It's like, what are you doing, bro? I think the long ball over top is how we can get another goal because of how high they're playing up. I mean, we aren't doing a good job of playing through it. So I think playing the ball over top is how we neutralize them, or at least have them second guessing themselves. What's going on, Salvador? Yeah, I can try play by play. I can give it a go and just let me know what you guys think. Um, so, uh, New York is playing the ball forward, overtaking ball cleared forward by McCoon. Shingy Shiki with the ball just past midfield, driving forward. Bender on his left. Shingy Shiki driving, lays it off to Bender. Bender crosses it over, deflected out, still in. Alcivar with a shot blocked, and the ball goes over to the right hand side. Ran onto by Awful, who crosses it over. Corner. Oh, they call a foul? Okay, foul on Shingy Shiki right there. They call that a foul? Wow. Okay. Free kick to New York. Um, that's a very soft foul to be given away. It's a very soft foul to be given away, but whatever. Free kick to New York. The keeper with the free kick. Ball forward over just past midfield. New York wins the ball driving forward down the left hand side. Ball through the middle, just outside the 18-yard box to the right hand side. Ball cleared away from Awful up the field to Rios, who cannot keep it in. Throw in to New York Red Bulls. I think that's how we get them, though. Just playing the ball over top because of how high they're playing. I think that's how we can really stretch them because, I mean, they're playing up really, really high, that back line. And any clearance is almost us making something happen. So throw into New York, who turns the ball over, up to Rios, who heads it, trying to hold the ball up but loses it. New York retains the ball, clears it forward just past midfield, and they retain the ball going forward with the through ball over, and Kalina mops that up very easily, and there's no way that's a foul. Yeah, they had a player just fall to the ground. Like maybe he got hit or something. I don't know. I didn't even see what happened. He, I mean, that's not a foul. I think he's trying to sell it. I mean, they definitely came into contact with one another, but I think he's milking that one. But whatever. I mean, I guess he got hit. I don't know. So they have a player down who came into contact with McCoon. I think he's just milking this though. Definitely wasn't much in that. I get up, man. Jesus Christ. So yeah, if you're just tuning in, New York scored first off a very cheap corner in like the second minute. Like embarrassing almost. We just didn't clear the ball. They got to it first, back in the net. We proceeded to score around the 8th minute with Daniel Rios. And that was really set up by Kalina, who great distribution up to Shingy Shiki, who had some clever play, played it up to Rios, and Rios did the rest. So that's how we got to 1-1. And this is where we are, just past the half-hour mark, and the ball is back in play. Kuruho walking the ball up the field, back to Kalina, over to Alcivar, back to McCoon, who clears it up the field. Wow, Uzviak kind of plays it up to Rios, and they call another foul. Okay, free kick to New York. It's like anytime somebody goes down, there's a foul. It's interesting to say the least, but whatever. Free kick to New York. Their keeper is taking it. New York with the ball just outside the 18-yard box, sort of, and they call another foul. Jeez. So I don't think this is in like dangerous territory. But again, if there's some good whip put on this ball, it could be a situation we have to deal with. Free kick to New York. And we aren't playing a high line at all, which I'm fine with. I'm not really a fan of playing a high line when you're defending free kicks in your 18-yard box. Free kick by New York, ball over top. And foul. Charlotte FC free kick. The fouls are, I don't want to call them phantom fouls, but I mean, Jesus Christ. Free kick to Charlotte. Kalina will be taking it just outside the 6-yard box. Ball up the field. New York retains the ball. They booted up the field. And they have a player run onto it just outside the 18-yard box. Running. Ooh. Throw in New York. The game is definitely so slowed down from the first 10 minutes. That first 10 minutes, I thought it was going to be 4 or 5 goal match, but things definitely settled very quickly. Throw in New York with the long throw in, headed away by Charlotte. Ball to the right hand side. I guess left hand side technically. New York playing the ball back towards midfield. Ball over top. Kalina should mop this up, and he does. And Kalina with the distribution downfield towards Rios. New York has the ball. Bender gets a hold onto it, knocks it forward. Rios on the right hand side over to Awful. That should be a throw in to, okay. Throw in Charlotte FC, quick throw in. Back to Kuruho, who looks to hit it over top. And that's definitely the strategy now. No complaints either. Bender with the ball near midfield. Back to McCoon, who plays it forward. Bender with the ball over to Rios. Shiki off the left hand side. And they have a player down. They like, wow. So they have a player down. I didn't even see what happened. Oh yeah, he kind of caught Bender's hip when he jumped in the air. So yeah, I think our strategy changed. We were definitely trying to play through the press the first part of the match, and now we seem to be just trying to play the ball over top, which makes sense, and I, wouldn't disagree with the idea since they're playing such a high line. If we can just get behind them, which I wouldn't be surprised if subs are made at halftime. I could definitely see them bringing on like Mackenzie Gaines in the second half if we're going to keep the same strategy. Ball is back in play up the right hand side. Alcivar, Uzviak loses the ball. New York loses it back to Uzviak, who plays it back to Awful, who plays it back to Kalina. Kalina with the distribution over to McCoon, who's up the left hand side. McCoon through the middle, and they have another player down. Again, I didn't see this happen either. Jesus, like, come on, like, every time you get touched, you don't need to go to the ground. It's just breaking up the play, man. Come on, man. I don't even know. Okay, New York with the free kick. New York playing the ball, driving up the left hand side, cut back towards the middle. Bender with the interception, who loses it back to New York. New York driving it towards the corner. Ball into the 18-yard box, cleared away by Kudu Hall. Ball back towards just behind the midfield line. New York's possession. New York boots it forward down the left-hand side. New York still retains the ball. They clear it back to the midfield line. They put it forward. They're just outside the 18-yard box. They turn the ball over. We turn the ball over just there. New York playing the ball forward. Bender races to it, wins it, kicks it up to Chiki, who tries to get it back to Bender, who loses it back to New York. New York with the ball just inside their halfway line. Shiki with the interception, who loses it. New York retains possession. New York with the ball just inside the halfway line. They're moving forward. New York driving forward. Middle of the field. Through ball. New York. Wow, that's a decent attempt. I think it just hits the post. It's a decent play from New York. They were just playing through us. That's a decent attempt. It hits the post. He tries to curl it in. And he just hits it off the post. McCoon clears it forward. New York gets the ball. New York with the ball in the middle of the field. New York driving forward just inside the 18-yard box. And a corner save from Kalina, who kind of just pushes it past the post. They definitely are ramping up to finish the half. New York with the corner kick. I don't know. You want to go outside? Come on. Come on. Another corner kick on the opposite side now. 43rd minute. I mean, we're dominating possession, but aren't really making much of it. Appreciate that, Salvador. They put the ball over top, and that should be a goal kick to Charlotte. I would probably like to see Mackenzie Gaines come on in the second half. If we're going to be playing the ball over top, I think having a lot of speed on the field, especially since Uzviak has been kind of invisible. First half hasn't really been a factor. Throw in to New York. Right around the midfield mark. They play it down the right-hand side. We take control, lose it. New York with the ball, and that's got to be a foul, right? That's got to be a yellow, right? Just getting very, very chippy out there. And this might be the start of a new rivalry. There's some heavy fouls going both ways. Ooh, that's got to be at least a yellow. That's got to be a yellow. It probably should be a red. It's at least a yellow. I don't think the ref is gonna. He's lucky. I don't think the ref is gonna card him here. Not even a yellow. Okay, so he did get a yellow. So they have, I believe, two players on yellows now. We have one. I mean, you could almost argue that's a red, but I mean, his studs were up. I expect both teams to make some adjustments at halftime. Free kick to Charlotte. McCoon hits it back to Kalina. 4 minutes of extra time in the first half. McCoon boots it forward, over, switches play, tries to New York, intercepts the ball. New York with the ball just behind their midway point, who kicks it forward, over the top to their striker. Striker plays it. Ball in their 18-yard box. They're making moves forward. Good stop from Awful there. New York retains the ball with the through ball up. That's offsides, right? Offsides, New York. Free kick, Charlotte. I'm almost ready to just get into halftime. See this first half out, make some changes. I mean, we're dominating possession. I think we just need to be a little bit more clinical in the final third. Kalina kicks it forward off the free kick. New York intercepts the ball. They're pushing forward just past the halfway line with the through ball forward, intercepted from Kuruho. Over to Awful. Awful with the ball right hand side. Tries to get it to Bender. Ball isn't strong enough to get there. New York retains the ball. Who loses it through a jumble of a mess there. Bender hits it forward to Shiki. And is that another foul? Another foul. Free kick to New York. How many fouls is that? Jeez. New York with the free kick. Approaching the last minute of extra time in the first half. New York hits the ball forward into their 18-yard box. They're trying to make something happen. Ball in their 18-yard box. They cross it up forward. Kalina hits it. Tries to punch it out, but I don't think he gets enough on it. And play stops for another player down from New York. Yeah, I mean, it's this first half has been very aside from the first 10 minutes, it's been very like, I don't want to say bland, but I expect there to be changes to be made at halftime, at least on our end. I mean, we appear to just be wanting to play the ball over top, which I'm fine with. However, I would probably sell off Uzviak and bring on Mackenzie Gaines because Uzviak has been invisible this first half. This should be the last kick of the ball before halftime. I mean, that's got to be it, right? Throw in the New York, approaching 5 minutes of extra time at it. Throw into New York. And they cross the ball just outside the 6 yard box. We kind of halfway clear it, and New York retains the ball. That's got to be halftime, yeah. First half, 1-1. If you're just tuning in, New York scored a very cheap goal in like the second minute off of a corner kick. We didn't get to the ball first, didn't clear the ball back of the net. We then proceeded to equalize around the 8th minute with great distribution from Kalina up to Shingishiki, who shows a great bit of skill. Gets it up to Rios. Rios does the rest with a slight deflection and 1-1. So I expect there to be changes at halftime. So I would be surprised if we don't make any changes. Um, Looking at the other scores around 0-0 Orlando City and Inter Miami, they're at the end of regulation. Louisville City and Nashville. Um, Louisville City 1, Nashville 2. They're approaching the end of regulation. New York City, New England 0-0 at 65th minute. Minnesota and Union, Omaha 1-1 at halftime. Sporting Kansas City, Houston Dynamo 0-0. No problem, Tim. I wish they were showing the game on the website. I don't know how they pick and choose which games to show on the website, which kind of sucks. Um, so I guess I'll tune into this New York City and New England match since that's who we would play next. It's 0-0 on that game. Um, Let me see if I can pull that up. Definitely an interesting first half. I was expecting it to be more of a thriller. Like I said, after that first 10 minutes, I thought it was going to be 4 or 5, 6 goal score, but things really leveled out after we got the equalizer. So I'll say this: I think Miguel got it right strategy wise. Play the ball over the top. We tried to play through the press. However, that didn't seem to work um, for one reason or another. I think our passing was a little bit too sloppy. Um, there were a couple times we played through their press and we actually did get forward. However, we lacked that final product. So it appears after that wasn't really working for us consistently. We went to just playing the long ball over the top, which was working for us. Um, but at the same time, I think bringing on a Mackenzie Gaines, because Uzviak was very invisible in the first half. Um, we didn't really play down the right hand side at all. So I'm curious to see what adjustments we make at halftime. I am curious to know what do you guys think if you between our next opponent, New York City or New England, who would you guys rather play? Um, with us being at home, excuse me, next match, I'm almost inclined to say New England just because of how we handled them in the first time we played them at home. Um, so I'm curious to know what other people think as far as who you would rather see in the next round. I'm also curious to know how we're gonna look this weekend with such a strong squad set out. Um, I think that I would. I don't want to say I would prioritize the cup, but I'm fine with the squad he put out. If, like I said, we can win a trophy this first year, I think that'd be pretty dope. Win some hardware in our very first inaugural season. So I'm not mad at him for playing such a strong squad, especially with a hard game this upcoming weekend in Seattle. Um, and it's the late game too, 9:30. So it appears most of the I think everybody kind of put out a strong lineup. Just looking at this New York City New England game at halftime here, um, I would probably rather play New England again. Hmm. Yeah, I would definitely rather play New England again. So Nick, to watch the game live, it's on ESPN Plus. I thought they were going to be showing it on the Charlotte FC website, but if you go to the Charlotte FC website, they just like redirect you to ESPN Plus. I don't know how they pick and choose which games they show on the Charlotte FC website. Um, I wish there was a little bit more transparency on that. Um, because it does kind of suck not being able to just watch the game on the Charlotte FC website, which I think I only have ESPN Plus because of watching some um, Premier League Cup matches, Carabao Cup stuff. So I just so happened to have it. I didn't realize I was going to need it for the Charlotte games as well. But here we are. So let me look at some stats for the first half here. We have majority possession 56% of their 44. Um, the big thing here is um, they have 11 shots, two on target. We have three shots with two on target. So I think that just kind of entails what we've been doing going forward, which is not much of anything. winning possession is cool. That's cute. But if you aren't doing anything with the possession, then what are we talking about? So I could see USVI coming off for either McKenzie Gaines or maybe a Kerwin Vargas, who he definitely impressed this past weekend. So, you know, I think it just depends on what kind of tactics he wants to go with moving forward. I don't think anybody would disagree with his squad selection or even um, his tactics. However, I think we should keep trying to play the long ball because that's working for us. Or, I mean, we could keep trying through the middle. I think we've been kind of overran through the middle at least because of how high they're playing up. Um, it seems whenever we get the ball in midfield, they have two players surrounding our one with the ball. So I don't necessarily think we should change formation, but I definitely think we should maybe make a personnel change. Which, if somebody could explain why, I think that first game, that first cup match was shown on the Charlotte FC website, or I thought I saw something somewhere saying they weren't gonna like only have the games on ESPN Plus, which sucks. You know what I'm saying? If we can pick up a result here and pick up something in Seattle, that would be nice. I mean, I think Seattle is very beatable. I mean, they're third from last looking at the Western Conference standings right now. So I mean, I think it's a very winnable game. We start picking up some results on the road. I think that can make us a dangerous team. Because honestly, I think our road form is really our Achilles heel. Because at home, we're super strong. Looking at that first goal again that we gave up, that was just sloppy. Jeez. And you gotta react to the ball, man. You can't just be standing around. I'm glad Rios got that goals. I think he's building a little bit of confidence, especially after scoring this past weekend. All you need to do is see the ball touch the back of the net, and confidence does wonders. Second half should be about to kick off. Yeah, I mean, looking at the stats, I mean, we went in the possession battle, but they had more shots. A lot of fouls going both ways. And we are about to kick off to start the second half here. All players on the pitch. New York is bundled up in their huddle. New York with the kickoff to start the second half. And here we go. New York kicks off to start the second half 1-1. Lamar Hunt, U.S. Open Cup. Kalina gets the ball. Playing out from the back over to McCoon, who plays it over to. Okay, Bender. Okay. Bender with the ball around midfield, around 3 New York Red Bulls players who kicks it forward. New York then hits it back towards midfield and awful boots it forward, headed over to New York, back to midfield, back forward, back to midfield. McCoon with the ball, plays it through the middle, off the left-hand side. Their keeper mops it up very, very easily. And it looks like we're still going to be playing down the left-hand side. New York with the ball driving forward around the midfield line, back towards their goal. Intercepted from Alcivar. Yusviak with the ball. Bender with the ball, midfield, who loses the ball to New York. Back to their keeper. Up to midfield. Awful with the ball. Cheeky pass back to Kurujo. Awful with the ball. Alcivar, Bronico, Alcivar. New York with the ball. Throw in. We seem to be trying to play through the middle second half. So, I mean, I thought we would be trying the long ball more, but whatever. Throw in Charlotte FC here. Awful with the throw in. Back to Kurujo, over to McCoon, who hits it back to Kalina. Over to Kurujo, up to Awful on the right-hand side here. Awful hits it forward. Bad pass. New York intercepts it. Over to Alcivar, who has it off the left-hand side. Back to Awful, who's looking to do something with it. Back to Kurujo. Over to McCoon. Back to Kalina, and we are definitely trying to play out from the back here. Kalina with a very dangerous pass. Ends up in Red Bull possession. Red Bulls with the ball. Trying to make some shake and kicked out of bounds by Kurujo. Throw into New York City off the left-hand side here. Sort of a long throw in right outside the 18-yard box. Handled by Kurujo, who hits it off to the right-hand side. New York with possession still, trying to drive forward. Link-up play between 2 New York Red Bulls players. New York with the ball right around the corner flag. Crosses it in, and that'll be a goal kick. I thought it was deflected. It should have been a corner, but I'll take the goal kick. It's a good bit of skill from the New York Red Bulls player. That was definitely deflected. Kalina with the ball to Bronico, who's trying to make something happen. Over to Alcivar off the right hand side. Kicks it up to Uzviak. Loses the ball. New York retains it. Hits it forward. New York just inside their halfway line. New York driving forward. That's not a foul. Yeah, that's not a foul. Kalina cleans that up. New York is appealing for a penalty, but he just tripped over his own feet, so whatever. Kalina boots it forward. Uzviak gets it off the left hand side to Shingishiki. Throw in Charlotte FC. Shingishiki with a quick throw in. Moore hits it back to Shingishiki. Shingishiki tries to cross it in. Uzviak gets it off the left hand side, inside the 18-yard box. Corner kick, Charlotte FC. Definitely seem to be playing with a little bit more urgency to start this second half. Yeah, he just trips over himself. That wasn't a foul. Alcivar with the corner off the left hand side here. And a foul. Whoa, whoa, whoa. And we have players in each other's faces right now. Somebody got knocked over. And these two teams are definitely starting to not like one another. I mean, what happened right there? Oh, I guess Kudo kind of pushed him to the. I don't know. And Kudo's getting a stern talking to from the ref about something. I guess maybe when he pushed him to the ground, whatever. Alcivar over the ball for the corner kick. Alcivar with the corner kick. Ball in, headed away by New York. And that'll be cleaned up. Kicked back to Kalina, who's sort of near the halfway line, who boots it forward. Headed away by New York. Retained by Bender off the right hand side here. Bender hits it forward up to Rios. Rios with the. Ooh. I was close. Bender with the ball just outside the 18-yard box. Rios picks up his mess, turns the ball over. New York with the interception, driving the ball forward, who then lose it to Awful up to Shingishiki, over to Uzviak. And that's got to be a foul. Very chippy. Jacob, you can watch on ESPN Plus. To my knowledge, I think that's the only place you can watch the game, which kind of sucks. Free kick to Charlotte FC here. Not really in a dangerous position, however. Alcivar over the free kick. Alcivar over the ball. Headed away by New York. And New York is on the counter right now. Wow, what is going on? Okay. Uzviak picks up the ball near midfield, who loses his footing and loses the ball. New York driving forward off the right hand side. Um, Ball right outside the 18-yard box. Wow. Off the attempted shot, sort of blocked away. New York retains the ball just outside the 18-yard box. Driving off the right hand side, who switches play over to the left hand side, just inside the 18-yard box. Loses the ball. Bender kind of takes care of it. Charlotte on the counter. Rios with the hold-up play. Driving forward, Shiki, and we have Numbers who kicks it over to Uzviak. Uzviak inside the 18-yard box. Tries to pull it back. Hit it away by New York. Terrible touch from Awful. New York plays it forward, and it's just been a very, very sloppy last 2 minutes or so from both teams. Alcivar with the ball right at the kickoff circle. Over to Awful on the right-hand side. Back to Alcivar. Back to Awful. Over to McCoon. McCoon over to Mora. Back to McCoon. Just behind the halfway line, who hits it back to Kalina. Bronico with the ball near the kickoff circle. Driving it forward. Over to Awful. Awful with some space here. Over to Uzviak off the right-hand side. Driving it at the defender. Near the corner flag. Crosses it over. Headed away by Red Bulls. Bronico with the ball. Over to Awful. Bronico up to Uzviak, who hits it, tries to play in Uzviak, and that'll be a throw-in. I think we've definitely looked a little bit sharper to start the second half. Awful with the throw-in near the corner flag, and I think will this be a substitution maybe? Throw in from Charlotte FC near the corner flag by Awful. Ball head back out. Another throw in to Charlotte. There's a couple fans out there. I see y'all. Doing it for the crown, I see. Bronico with the ball. Over to Alcivar. Alcivar having to retreat. Hits it back to McCoon. McCoon with the ball, who plays it back to Kalina. Kalina plays it back to McCoon. McCoon over to Mora. Mora up the field. Rios with the header. Shiki with the little layoff to Bender. Bender has the ball off the left-hand side, who is fouled. Free kick, Charlotte. This game has had a lot of fouls in it, man. A lot of fouls. Alcivar over the ball here for the free kick. Some kind of a bad free kick there. Throw in to Charlotte, maybe about 5 or so yards from the corner flag. And this will be a substitution to the Red Bulls. Frankie Amaya on for Daniel Edelman, and I believe he was one of their players with the yellow card. I'm curious to know when or if we're going to make substitutions ourselves. Throw into Charlotte. Hit right back out. Throw in by Mora. Shiki with the ball. Crosses it in. Head it. Oh. Over to Uzviak. And I think their keeper got a touch on that because I think he just hit it over top. Shiki. Yes, their keeper just got a paw on that. It's a good attempt from Uzviak right in front of the keeper. If he could just probably get a little bit more on that, It's probably 2-1 to us. Corner kick, Charlotte FC here. Alcifar over the ball with the corner. And that'll be a goal kick to New York. Goal kick to Red Bulls. Their keeper hits it up the field, just past the halfway line. Ball in the air, awful heads it. Charlotte retained possession. Bronico over the ball, hits it to Alcivar, loses it. New York retains it, loses it to Awful. Awful with the ball, and he is fouled. Free kick, Charlotte FC. Ball back to Kalina, over to Kudo, walking the ball up the field, who hits it forward, up to Rios, who loses it, over to Mora, who boots it forward. Their keeper should mop that up, and their defender heads it away from the keeper for whatever reason. Awful with the ball, kind of off the right hand side, over to Bronico, trying to make something happen. Bronico driving forward, up to Uzviak, who just can't get to it. New York retains possession, headed up the field from Kuruho, and that should be a Charlotte FC throw-in. We've looked very, we just can't find that final pass in the final third. I mean, we're dominating possession here. Throw in from Awful. Hits it up to Uzviak, hits it back to Alcivar. Alcivar is fouled. A late foul. I mean, he was definitely fouled, a late whistle. And that'll be a free kick to Charlotte. Not really in a super dangerous area, but with the right whip, this could potentially be an issue. Yeah, I mean, he just kind of caught him a little bit. Late whistle from the ref right there. Free kick, Charlotte FC. Alcifar over the ball. New York with 12 fouls. Charlotte with 6. Alcivar over the ball. Their keeper punches it away. Back to Alcivar, who hits it back to Kalina, who was about 18 yards behind the halfway line. Long ball play forward by Kalina up to Rios, who can't hold it up, who pleads for a foul. New York hits it forward. New York retains possession in their own half, hits it forward near the halfway line. New York driving forward here. Kuruho almost makes a mess of that, and New York still driving forward, hits it over, and New York with the goal. That's poor from Kuruho, man. That's poor. That's poor. That's poor. What is Kuruho doing? He gets in front of him and then kind of oversteps the ball, and then Makun, he just cuts it back, just plays it right across the 6-yard box, and that's an easy tap in. That's poor. That's poor. That's poor. So here we are again, having to do it the hard way because, for whatever reason, that back line. Jesus Christ, man. Again, the goals we give up are so easy. That's a tap in. Like, Kuruho was in position and he oversteps the ball, and then the Red Bulls defender kind of runs around him, and then it puts Kuruho in a bad position, and then he just cuts it back across the 6 yard box. McCoon, I don't. Charlotte won, New York Red Bulls 2, 65th minute, and now we got to do it the hard way. I expect. I mean, you got to make subs, right? I mean, jeez, this both of the goals they have scored have been so like grade school. Just us having a lapse of judgment or something. And now we're playing the ball from the back. Throw into New York, just a couple. Oh no, I'm sorry. Throw into Charlotte near their corner flag. Jeez. It's a poor goal. This poor, man. Throw in from Charlotte. Awful hits the ball forward up to Shingishiki off the right hand side. New York retains possession. And New York is starting to gain momentum here. New York with the ball, middle of the field. And a foul. To New York. New York. Free kick. It's a foul? Yeah. Yeah. Free kick to New York. Not really in a dangerous position. Let me knock on wood, because yeah, I mean, we've dominated possession the majority of the second half. It's just we have these mental lapses and we give up a cheap goal. Terrible free kick from New York. New York with the ball. Tries to switch the play over to the right hand side. They head it forward. That'll be a goal kick to Charlotte. If we could just not give away cheap goals, that would be okay. Like, if we could just make the other team work for their goals, I would be okay with that. Charlotte with the ball near midfield. Bender with the ball, who tries to hit it towards Shingishiki, but he slips. And that'll be a throw in to New York. Throw in to New York. Kind of a long throw in up the right hand side. Bender heads it. New York retains possession, trying to drive the ball forward. They have numbers. New York off the left hand side. That'll be a goal. Corner kick. Yeah. Not having Swiderski here. We just lack that little bit of quality, I think, in the final third, because, you know, dominate possession is cool, but if you're not doing nothing with it, then, you know, at best you can say we have possession, the other team can't score. But I think we've just lacked that last final ball. Corner kick to New York. Headed away. New York with possession. Still in their half. Tries to put it into the box, over to the left-hand side. New York driving forward, loses the ball. Bender picks up possession. Trying to make something happen. Hits it forward to use Viak. Can he keep it in? Doesn't matter. Hit out of bounds from New York. Throw into Charlotte. Looks like Kerwin Vargas is going to make an appearance, and I can't see the other person. Shiki driving down the right hand side. That'll be a kept in play from Daniel Rios, I believe. Throw in Charlotte FC. Yeah, Mackenzie Gaines and Kerwin Vargas appear to be the two substitutions about to come on. Throw in Charlotte. Quick throw in from Awful into the 18-yard box. Kicked away from New York. Charlotte retains possession. Back towards the halfway line. McCoon then hits it back to Kalina. Kuruho with the ball. Hits it to Alcivar off the right hand side here, who tries to play the long ball over top and does. New York with the ball. Foul. New York Red Bulls free kick. I agree, Kyle. I think tactically he was spot on. I think playing the ball over top and the two substitutions, Vargas on for Shinyashiki and Mackenzie Gaines on for Uzviak. Throw in Charlotte in our own half. Kind of a very interesting boot forward there, but is that throw in Charlotte? Yeah, throw in Charlotte. And the crowd is unhappy with that call. I mean, I guess. Man. Vargas has come in with some intensity that I like to see. Free kick to New York. Near the halfway line. Thomas Edwards of New York given the yellow card here. And now we start to see them milking the clock just a little bit. Taking their time with the free kick. They hit the ball. Headed. Cleared away by Charlotte. Ball near the halfway line. New York retains possession. Who hits it back to their keeper. Their keeper hits it forward, trying to play the long ball over top. Kalina should mop that up, and he does. Yeah, I think I have no idea. I mean, that's a foul? Yeah, I'm not sure who I would want in that role. I think out wide, I think we're set. If we can bring in somebody who can, I don't want to say make something out of nothing, but I do think we're still missing that player who can pick that right pass in the final third. I think we've been missing that. Um, which isn't always an easy find either. Trying to find the player with those abilities. Um, I'm curious to know who we would get. New York driving the ball forward near their corner flag, sort of, and play through. No foul given. And then a foul is given. Free kick to New York. And I think Bronico has to relax here because he is already on the yellow. Yeah, Bronico has to relax. He's already on the yellow. If we go down to 10 men, I don't see us getting anything here. Free kick to New York near the corner flag. 75th minute, 2-1. If you're just tuning in, 1-1 at halftime. They scored first in the first half. We then equalized in the 8th minute, and they just scored about maybe 10 minutes ago off the counter attack, sort of. So here we are. New York over the ball with the short free kick, deflected away by Charlotte. New York retains possession, who hits it forward and throw in near the halfway line to New York. Yeah, if I thought we've had pretty good success when we had who's the substitution here for us? Two more substitutions for us as well. Franco on and I saw Bender come off. I believe the swap will be Franco. Jalen Lindsey on and Alan Franco. And Jalen Lindsey on for awful. Yeah, I thought we had success when we had somebody playing just behind Swiderski early in the season. Yeah, I'm definitely surprised that hasn't been more of a headline. I don't know what's up with that. I mean, you would think that would be all over the news. Um, Asifar driving the ball forward, puts the ball into the box, switches the play over to Mackenzie Gaines. Gaines, ooh. Gaines near the corner flag, trying to retain possession. Lindsey picks up the ball. That'll be a corner kick to Charlotte FC. Alcivar over the ball for the corner kick here. Puts the ball into the box. Cleared away by New York, and that should be mopped up by Bronico. Back to Kalina with the ball. Over the moor, back to McCoon. And I think we need to start showing a little bit more urgency here. McCoon over to Kuruho. Tries to get it up to Gaines, to no avail. Bronico with the ball. Over to Gaines. Switches to play over to Vargas. Vargas with the cross near the 6-yard box, cleaned up by New York. New York boots it forward. And McCoon should have run onto that, and he does. Approaching the 80th minute here, and I think we got to go now. I don't think it's desperation time necessarily, but I think we need to show a little bit more urgency. Vargas with the ball, making moves, and he loses the ball. New York picks up possession and just clears it forward. Throw in to Charlotte FC. Quick throw in here over to McCoon, over to Kuduho. Lindsay with the ball near the halfway line. Back to Kuduho. Back to Kalina. I would absolutely love Wamata to come here and play the 10, man. Absolutely. I think he still has quality left in him. I think Ralph didn't really manage. I think the past couple managers at Manchester United didn't really manage him right. But I think he still has some quality left in the tank. Absolutely, I would take him here. New York playing the ball forward down the left-hand side here. And New York just plays it forward. Throw in to Charlotte FC. Throw in by Charlotte. Bronico over to Lindsay. Back to Kuduho. Back to Kalina. Up to Bronico. Right outside our 8, and that should be a foul. It is. Free kick to Charlotte FC. Charlotte with the ball near the halfway line. Alan Franco over the ball. Franco with the link-up play to Lindsay. Lindsay to Franco, who hits it out of bounds. Charlotte FC throw in. Throw in. Back to Bronico. Bronico with space here. Over to the left-hand side. Over to Vargas. Back to Mora. Back to McCoon. Over to Kuduho, and it looks like they're just trying to break this team down. All you need is one chance. Lindsay driving forward here. Lindsay with the cross over top. Franco mops that up. Over to Lindsay. Lindsay gets it to Gaines. Gaines with the cross over the 6-yard box, and their keeper kind of paws it out. That was a good opportunity to just get the ball into the 6-yard box, and maybe we can make something happen. Gaines with a little bit of trickery. That'll be a corner kick to Charlotte FC. This is where I definitely think we are missing that one player who can just unlock the other team. Alcifar over the ball for the corner kick. New York kind of deals with it, heads it away. Back to Kalina near the halfway line here. Kalina hits it forward, trying to find Vargas. And another foul on Vargas. How is that a foul? Ugh. Yeah, I think Rios has kind of been a little bit isolated. And now New York with the player on the ground. I guess he's cramping, killing time. One and the same thing here when you're winning, I guess. And they finally have the player up. I guess he was cramping, or I guess he's coming off the field. Substitution. All we need is one chance, man, just to make something shake. Throw in Charlotte FC here. Throw in back to McCoon. McCoon over to Kuruho. Kuruho trying to pick the pass over to Jalen Lindsey. Lindsey back to Kuruho. Over to McCoon. McCoon plays the ball up towards Alcivar. New York kind of clears the ball away. New York with the throw in right at the halfway line here. It's getting late, man. We got to do something. Yeah, I saw that. I think he would have been a great addition to the squad. I think that's how you spell his name. Yeah, I guess so. New York with the ball. They boot the ball forward, headed away by Charlotte FC. New York retains the ball. Rios with the hold up play. And New York playing the ball over top. They're in. This could be the game. And he absolutely whiffs on the ball like a third grader. Jesus, they could have really put the game away right there. He just whiffed on the ball. Oof. There's still hope. Charlotte with the ball, more trying to get it up to Kerwin Vargas. New York with the ball near the halfway line. Oh my God. How was that a foul? And there he's going to milk this. And Bronico's day might be done if he gets a card here. He might be out of here. And the keeper is near the halfway line trying to get that second yellow for Bronico. Free kick to New York just inside their halfway line. New York with the ball. McCoon plays it and corner kick to New York. I expect at least 4 or 5 minutes of extra time, so yeah, I definitely wouldn't be opposed to getting Dest in the squad. That right hand side would be unstoppable. And New York keeping the ball in the corner and free kick to New York. And Alcivar and one of the New York players getting into it with one another. Free kick to New York. Yellow card shown to Alcivar. Come on. That's not. I guess, man. Derek Jones on for Brant Bronico. And New York with the ball in the corner, playing keep away. Yeah, I'm surprised at how chippy this game has been, especially since this is our first time ever playing them. It should make for a very interesting time in Charlotte. 6 minutes of extra time added, and I think that's probably about appropriate. Charlotte with the throw in here. Lindsay with the throw in. Lindsay with the long throw. New York kind of clears it for McCoon to clean this up. Back to Kalina. Kalina with the ball. Up to Alcivar. Alcivar trying to find something to do. Hits it forward. Straight to their keeper who dives to the ground. Their keeper hits it forward. Up to the right hand side here. New York heads it forward. McCoon gets possession. McCoon makes a mess of it. Spills it. 3-1 New York. McCoon absolutely bottles it. McCoon bottles that one completely. McCoon absolutely. And they just, again, the same way they scored the second goal, just put the ball across the 6-yard box and they get a tap in. 3-1 New York. Jeez. That's poor, man. That's ball game. I don't see us getting two. I mean, one was in reach, but I mean, now you're talking about 2 and 3 minutes, which, I mean, Man City did it, but, you know. Yeah, I think as far as our first year being in the cup, I definitely think they surpassed my expectations. And we give the ball away, and now New York is pushing forward again. Uh, yeah, I think I'll take a round of 16 exit. It's a little disappointing, especially with I forgot these lights turn off. Especially with the way we I mean the goals that we've given up today have been they didn't do anything special to get the goals. So I mean, I think that's a little disappointing. Um, yeah, that's the key. They took advantage of our mistakes. We have to minimize our mistakes, and yet again, we get burned. Mental lapses. It is what it is. If we were to minimize that, I think the game is probably a draw heading into extra time right now. But it is what it is. I'm definitely still proud of the round of 16 appearance in the first year. It would have been cool to get some hardware the first year, but it looks like that won't be happening, at least for the Open Cup. So Probably about a minute left in extra time here. I thought tactically Miguel was spot on. I thought his player selection was, spot on as far as the starting 11. Um, I just think defensive errors is what cost us today. So, we just got to learn from it, move forward, and it should be a very interesting game in Seattle this Sunday night. So, we'll see what happens with that one. Wow. Omaha with the upset. Sporting Kansas City has Houston Dynamo. Um, but yeah, Minnesota just lost to Union Omaha, which that's kind of embarrassing. Ball game 3, New York Red Bulls 1, Charlotte FC, and what was a very um, I thought it was a close match for most of the game. We dominated possession. We were just kind of lacking that final product in the final third. And when they went up 2-1, um, I don't think we showed any real like after we gave up the first goal, I saw the urgency in the team to try and get the equalizer back fast, and we did. But when they got the second goal here, I don't think they really showed the urgency needed to equalize again. So it is what it is. Final score: New York Red Bulls 3, Charlotte FC 1, and I'll probably maybe do a match reaction to this and get ready for the game this weekend. So I appreciate y'all tuning in for this watch along, man. If y'all like the content, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. It'll help the channel out a lot. That's all I got for you. But with that being said, man, for the crown, always be easy.